Greetings, YouTubists. This is Embo24 coming at you from Houston, Texas. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a good 4th of July holiday. Smoking my Pioneer Lock. And I got some of my house blend in there. Which has been recently cut with some Lane BCA. I didn't really like the way it turned out with the infusion of the cognac. I thought it would be better, to tell you the truth. I think it's still worth trying that method that I described in a previous video. I just don't think that this particular tobacco picked it up very well. So it's a little bit better with the BCA in there. So my family went to, I drove us out to the country. My wife's aunt has a family house out there. It's a country house, an old country house. It's in Oakwood, Texas. Population about 420. Actually, it's not even in Oakwood. It's about 15 miles outside of Oakwood. They just call it Oakwood because that's the nearest town. They live, or that house is located in what they call a community. And it's called St. Paul. It's not even on the map. And the population out there varies. Probably got about 20 people. So this house was built by, I'm trying to recall now, it was either my wife's aunt's father or grandfather. So it's definitely a turn of the century, the turn of the 20th century. So it was really built around 1900 or so. It's been updated a couple of times. Needs new electricity in there and new plumbing. Nothing works right. I mean, it's the country. When she doesn't live there. My wife's aunt doesn't live there regularly. She just drives out there. It's a family piece of property, and she keeps it up. So when you get there and you open it up, you need to turn on all the lights, make a whole bunch of noise, turn on the TV, turn on the radio, light some scented candles. Do anything you can to make sure there are no critters that have taken over. And we had a good 4th. We got up there in the morning and helped her do some yard work, spruced the place up outside a little bit, brought a bunch of fireworks for my 2 kids who I closely watched. Thank you, Cisco. I was definitely going to take you up on that advice. Yeah, we bought one of those packs of fireworks that had a whole bunch of miscellaneous fireworks in there and some extra missiles and stuff. And it was fun. I had never actually set off fireworks on that scale before because, you're not allowed to shoot fireworks off into city limits. And so we just never did. I mean, sparklers, things like that don't make any noise. So, we got to one that had about 6 rockets in there. And this was the best one. I mean, they went really high, a couple 100 feet up, with the exploding shell. And the first 2 went off without a hitch, and then the thing fell over. And this could have been really bad. I mean, the rest of the 4 shot off in miscellaneous directions because the thing was just spinning around on the ground. One of them went right underneath the chair that my wife's aunt was sitting in. Burnt her leg a little bit. So, but she was okay. She shook it off. It was just a minor burn. But that just goes to show that you got to take the utmost care when you're dealing with those things. I mean, it could have been much worse. But anyway, we had fun. It was a fun time. Stayed overnight out there in the country. And this place is located about 150 miles north of Houston, and then probably about 30 miles or so east off of I-45. And I know Alan Woods, I don't know if you watching my videos, but I drove right through Corsicana. So I knew I was right there in your neck of the woods, but I had my family, and we didn't make any previous arrangements, so I just drove on by. That would have been kind of cool to stop off and see you. And stayed overnight. Then the next day we loaded up the car and went up to Dallas to visit my mother. Stayed overnight up there and then came back. So it was a nice weekend. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my palate, my sense of taste. This is the second pipe I smoked today. And today it's been better again. I don't think I'm back. It's not back to normal yet. The funny thing is I can taste food just fine. Drinks, no problem. It's just tobacco, and I'm trying to put my finger on what it is. And then I started to wonder if I just went overboard on the heavy cleanings on the briar pipes and used too much cognac. Even though, I dried them out with dry pipe cleaners and let them air out for like a week, I think the briar can still absorb a lot of that moisture, and I started to suspect that maybe that was it. So friends, if you on your heavy cleanings, if you're using liquor, you really got to watch how much of that stuff you use. I would use a very, very small amount on the tip of the pipe cleaner. Just once or one or two dips. And, I was putting about an inch of cognac, dip it in about an inch. And if it was still dirty after 3 pipe cleaners, I would keep dipping it. And I just think that's not necessary. However, I had smoked my Meerschaum pipes with a similar result, and of course they don't get that kind of cleaning. So then again, maybe it's not the heavy-duty cleanings that I did. It just could be allergies. Could be. I don't know, but it certainly cuts back on the pipe smoking enjoyment, and you can't taste your tobacco the way it should be. And my favorite tobacco, Peace Haven, seemed to do the worst of all of them. Actually, straight Lane BCA seemed to fare the best. I could taste that pretty good. But anyway, I think it's coming back, so whatever it is, kind of passing. Hope to see the Houston Pipe Posse tonight at Briar Shot Meetup. Guys, if you're watching, I plan on being there. I might be a little bit on the late side, though. I'm going to try to get there before 7. The wife has to work late. She informed me as she was leaving, so I'll get there when I can. So anyway, hope you're having a good Meerschaum Monday. This is Embo 24 signing off. Bye everybody.